Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today we're going to be talking about another A24 movie that has just taken the world by storm, Lady Bird. So Lady Bird follows the story of a girl who is named Lady Bird, and she goes to a Catholic school, and she dreams of getting away from her small town Sacramento and going to live in New York City and be where, the culture is, and kind of breaking away from where she grew up, and she wants to see the world.
I can relate to a lot of this movie because I remember when I was in high school, my big dream was to move to New York City and study fashion. So this movie is super relatable to many people. Yeah,
that's the one thing that I think that really hits home with a lot of people with this movie, and even me as well, even though I'm not a girl. But I really could relate to this character. There's so many things that happen in the film that I feel like average people experienced growing up. So the acting in this movie, I think, is top-notch. I think that Saoirse Ronan plays Lady Bird excellently. She does such a good job of capturing a high schooler that's really going through all the things that high schoolers go through, love interests, trying to get into college, trying to be, part of extracurricular activities, and then bouncing out with family issues. It's just such a heartfelt, down-to-earth movie, and it does it in such a way where it's not cheesy. Like, it's so hard to make these coming-of-age movies, not have it be, super cheesy. This movie is actually Greta Gerwig's directorial debut, which is really impressive. I mean, this movie feels like it would have came from such a seasoned director, but she just managed to make this movie just reach so many people, and that's so hard to do when you have so many movies coming out and so many really good independent movies coming out. To take this story, which seems pretty simple on its face, and make it something that really resounds with so many people.
This movie really resonates with people in high school and, trying to find what you want to do in life, follow your dream, and I really love that part about the movie because I remember being that girl in high school, trying to figure out who I was.
And I think a really interesting part of the movie is the dynamic between Lady Bird and her mother. And I think that part of the film does a really good job of showing the parent-child dynamic and kind of how you become who your parents are and how your parents are always looking out for you, even though at the time you may not think that they're looking out for you, and sometimes you need to strike out on your own. There's just so many things in this movie that there are to unpack, and I can't wait to see it again. I think that everyone should see it, everyone that's had any kind of trouble when you were in high school, and you kind of learn that, it's so relatable. It's just what so many people go through.
Yeah, I would highly suggest go see this movie. If you haven't, I would love to see it again. It's in my top 5 list if you watch that. I really just enjoyed the movie. It was so heartfelt and a great storytelling, and some of the cinematic shots in the film were different from other movies, and it's just a really great film.
I'll say the only somewhat of a negative I have with this movie, I have almost none, if any, and this is almost kind of nitpicky, is I feel like the ending of the film doesn't pay off where the film's going. And I mean, it's not like it's a bad ending or anything like that. It just kind of felt like we got there and, that was it. I don't want to get any more into it to spoil or anything, but if you've seen it, maybe you agree with me. If not, that's fine. But I think there's just one thing about it that I thought could have been handled just slightly better.
Yeah, it was a little abrupt and a little open-ended, so that's the only thing that's the only thing we would say. So I'd give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. Like I said, this movie is excellent. I highly suggest, you can tell everybody from the ratings, it has one of the highest ratings right now. It's a really must-watch.
Yeah, I think I'm actually also going to give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. When I first came out, I was more the 8.5, 9 range. And the more I thought about it, and the more I kind of unpacked the film, it is just so just relatable. I know I keep repeating that, but that's what really helps it connect with me, and I think a lot of people. And I think that it's a movie that everyone should check out. It's definitely up to the hype. I was worried going into it, because it's like they said, it's the highest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes ever. So it definitely lives up to that. Really great film. Definitely recommend checking it out.
Alright, that is our review of Lady Bird. If you have seen it or you want to see it, comment down below. As well as like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.